Well, hello. My name is Bo, and I know video. What's up, kiddies? Today we're diving into 8 tips, tricks, settings, even a couple of accessories that are going to help you get the absolute most out of your Canon R50V. Because let's be honest, you didn't buy this camera just to get so-so video. You bought it because you want your stuff to look good. Now listen, I'm not going to drag on with this, but if you do get any value out of this video, do an old guy a solid, subscribe to the channel, and hit the like button, okay? All right, tip number 1. Let's fix the overheating problem that isn't really a problem. I live in Florida. I shoot on a Florida beach where the sun is bright. It's hot, it's humid, and this thing never even gives me a warning about overheating thanks to this tip number 1. I want you to grab your camera, jump into the menu, and go to page 10 of the shooting menu. Now, right at the top, you're going to see auto power off temperature, and I want you to set it to high. Now, I know that sounds a little scary, like you're about to turn your camera into a toaster oven. You are not. What this does is it lets your camera run just a little warmer so that it keeps it from shutting down. Now, if you've ever been in the middle of a recording, and let me tell you something, I have. There's nothing worse than being in the middle of a shoot. You finally have something brilliant to say, and poof, your camera dies. Not cool. Well, with this thing set to high, I have filmed in the Florida heat, in the sun, outside, and this thing just keeps going. No shutdowns, no drama. Now, it is going to feel a little warmer in your hand, but it's not hurting anything, and it's not shortening the life of your camera. So, unless you enjoy unnecessary stress, set it to high and move on with your life. Tip number 2, let's talk about batteries. These little guys, they disappear fast because the R50V is a powerful little camera and these batteries are small. This camera is going to chew through batteries like I chew through snacks during a football game. You think, I'll be okay with one. No, you won't. You're going to be halfway through recording, things are going great, and then all of a sudden, the black screen of death. So here's the move. You carry at least 2, but if you can, carry 3 of them with you. I've got 8 different batteries for this camera and they all go in my bag, so I'm fine. Now, I've had good luck with third-party batteries like Artman, but if you're one of those I stick with Canon kind of people, that's fine too. But look, you're going to pay $65 for one Canon battery. But for $25, you're going to get 3 of these third-party batteries and a charger. Either way, don't leave the house underprepared. All right, tip number 3. This one right here, this is going to separate the okay videos from the holy balls, that looks good videos. Your R50V has built-in tools, zebras, false color, focus peaking, focus zoom. These are pro-level tools, and for whatever reason, most people never turn them on. Why? That's like buying a smart TV and only watching antenna channels. Use what they gave you. These tools are absolutely going to help you nail your exposure, lock in your focus. They help you to stop guessing, because guessing is how you end up with footage that looks good on your camera screen, but looks horrible once you get it onto your computer. Use the tools, trust the tools, okay? Tip number 4, a camera cage. And no, this is not for emotional support after reading your YouTube comments. This is sort of an aluminum frame that wraps around your camera, and it does a lot. First of all, it protects your camera. There aren't a ton of negative things to say about the R50V, but one negative is the build quality. It's made of plastic. You drop this thing once, that's probably the end of this camera, but not if you've got a cage on it. And the cage makes it easier to hold. It adds flexibility for lights, microphones, handles. It basically turns your camera into a little production rig. Now, yes, it does add a little bit of weight, but look, I'd rather have a slightly heavier camera just to get better stabilization than have one that slips out of my hand and becomes a very expensive paperweight. I run cages on all my cameras, and you should too. Tip number 5, and this one is big. I was so psyched when Canon first dropped the OG, the original R50. Canon was finally giving us APS-C losers actual 4K that we could use. But when it dropped the R50V and Canon was giving us crop sensor losers 4K, 10-bit, C-Log 3, and custom buttons, That's more than what the EOS R got when it dropped, for crying out loud. You can set these custom buttons up for different situations. One for slow motion, one for talking head videos, one for vlogging. I'll tell you what I do, and this is a good idea. I use custom button number 1 for my regular talking head videos, 10-bit C-Log 3. I use custom button number 2 for regular slow motion video, 60 frames a second with C-Log 3 and 10-bit. But I use custom button number 3 for those times when I want to shoot a video, transfer it to my phone, and then upload it to the internet from my phone. You can't do that with 10-bit C-Log 3. It's got to be 8-bit. So that's how I use custom button number 3. The standard color profile using the Canon Rec 709, 8-bit. And then that way I can shoot, dump it onto my phone, and then upload it right away. So use your custom buttons. Once you use them, you'll wonder how you ever got along without them before. Tip number 6. Quick reality check. You've heard it a million times. People will forgive slightly okay video. They will never forgive bad audio. So if you're still using the built-in microphone, you and I need to talk. We have to upgrade your situation. Absolutely positively get yourself a wireless lav microphone. You plug it in, you clip it to your chest, and you're done. And you're going to get clean sound. It's going to be awesome. Now look, there are plenty of options out there. I still have the OG, the original Rode Wireless Go. I also have the Hollyland Lark M2, but this is the microphone I use 90% of the time. This is the DJI Mic Mini. These things are so small, but they sound absolutely fantastic. Now, their biggest negative is their biggest positive, and that's the size. They're fiddly. I've dropped and lost a couple of these, but the awesome thing is to replace it, $25. You can't beat that. The truth is there are a ton of good options out there. They're easy. There's no complicated setup, no tech headaches. They just work. And once you hear the difference, you'll never go back. Here's another good one. Tip number 7. Absolutely, yes, you can use the digital stabilization on this camera. I don't know how they did it. I'm not a computer engineer or a software engineer, but Canon somehow made the digital stabilization on this camera better than what's on the R50 or any other Canon camera for that matter. As far as APS-C goes, I use it all the time, and I do use enhanced. Sometimes I'm vlogging downstairs on a beach, walking in the sand, and I've got a camera pointed at my face. You need more than just stabilization on a lens. You got to have more than that. So I always use the digital stab on this camera. It absolutely works. Now, yes, it does crop in a little bit, but I use it all the time. Standard mode, great. Enhanced mode, even smoother. And no, it doesn't look like those old shaky, warpy clips from years ago. Canon did a good job with the digital stabilization on this camera, so use it. Finally, tip number 8. This one is a little bit of a sneaky trick. I want you to go into your menu and turn on airplane mode. No, this is not like putting your phone on airplane mode where it shuts off just about everything. On this thing, it only shuts off the Wi-Fi and the Bluetooth, stuff that you're never going to be using while you're shooting video or shooting photos. But what you get in return is a little bit of extra battery life. Now, is it a miracle cure? No. But when you're running low and you just need a little more time, this can save you. Think of it like squeezing that last little bit of toothpaste out of the tube. It ain't pretty, but it is effective. All right, kids, there you go. 8 tips, tricks, settings, even a couple of accessories to help you get the absolute most out of your Canon R50V. Look into my eyes. Be honest. Did you get any value out of this video? Because if you did, it would be great if you showed a little support. Subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. All I do is Canon R50 and Canon R50V and how to get the best out of either one of those cameras. So if you want to learn more, there's another video to watch right here. My name's Bo, and I gotta go. I will see you in that next video. Thanks for watching, you guys. I appreciate it. Remember, subscribe, like, comment, share, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.